From colorful building blocks with Art Sneak to food trucks on location to people just enjoying the beautiful weather, we are on site with CKUA Radio for their annual Party in the Park. I'm your host, Annie Eastbrook. Welcome to Go. It is loud because it is a radio station, so of course there has to be background music, and it's a party in the park. So as you can see, people have come out with their dogs. We're going to have a ukulele band, the CKUA ukulele band coming up on the show, as well as learn a little bit about this radio station, which, believe it or not, has been around since 1927. We're going to backtrack through history and find out what it's meant to the community, as well as meet some of their personalities with CKUA. So stay tuned for all that and more. But up first, seniors caring for seniors. Here's Shaw TV's Jen McDonald with your first story. It all started with one bike and then ballooned into many, showing that the giving nature is back in Fort McMurray. Here's Shaw TV's Doug Roxburgh. Stay tuned. After the break, we're speaking with Grant Stovall, one of the hosts of Alberta Morning here on CKUA. Plus, we're going to learn about the history behind this fantastic organization. We'll be right back here on Go. Another look at the CKUA ukulele band, and this gentleman here in the maroon shirt leading the choir, that is Brian Dunsmore. He's one of the former program managers of CKUA who has a passion for music and created this band. Coming up in the show, we're going to be speaking with Grant. He is the co-host of Alberta Morning. It's the 6 to 9 morning show on CKUA every weekday morning, and he's going to be chatting a little bit about what they've been doing here today and why they decided to throw their annual Party in the Park, what it does for the kickoff of the festival season and the local community. So stay tuned for that. But up first, I'm taking you into my kitchen to make the perfect rainbow summer salad, healthy, nutritious, and delicious.
How's about cooking something up with me?
Great job. This is the CKUA ukulele band, mostly made up of staff, and I am here with Grant Stovall with Alberta Morning. This is so much fun. Tell us what's going on around us.
Well, we call it the Party in the Park. It's this little tiny park just adjacent to our Edmonton studio on Jasper Ave. And it's kind of like a neighborhood block party to sort of welcome the summer and to really cast a particular spotlight on the great festivals happening in the Edmonton area mainly. So we have lots of people from the Edmonton festival community, producers, directors, and musicians as well, all of whom we're going to be chatting with on the air. We'll be hearing some live music as well.
Very cool. As we all know, it is such a fantastic, phenomenal festival season that we have here in the city. What are you most excited for in the next couple months?
Oh gosh, myself, speaking personally, I guess because I've been going to the Edmonton Folk Fest pretty well all my life.
Such a good time.
It's so much fun, and Edmonton also gets to, CKUA is very lucky. The Edmonton Folk Fest lets us broadcast from the site, so I get to do some live shows from the festival this year, and I'm super thrilled about that.
Well, I am just enthralled with this ukulele band. Tell me about this.
Well, the gentleman that you'll see kind of calling the shots, he's clearly having the time of his life. His name is Brian Dunsmore. He's retired now, but he used to be, among other things, the program director at CKUA. Worked here for decades. He's the guy that hired me, as a matter of fact, and he's just full of joie de vivre, and he's a music enthusiast, and he created this ukulele choir for staffers for the most part, but also a couple of volunteers. They just get together once a week at lunchtime to strum and sing and grin, and they started becoming so popular they actually do the occasional outside gig as well. They're just informally known as the CKUA Ukulele Choir.
Grant, thanks so much for your time. Stay tuned, more coming up after the break. These giant building blocks are an art installation, part of an Art Sneak project. Art Sneak is an artwork disguised as an everyday encounter or object, and when an object or experience becomes art by accident. That's from their mission statement. Welcome back to the show. If you're just tuning in now, we are once again on location for Party in the Park with CKUA Radio. The ukulele band is just taking a quick break for lunch, but we have food trucks, live music, and there is also tours taking place at the CKUA Studios, so people can go in and get a little glimpse of how the radio world operates. Now, coming up in the show, we're going to learn a little bit more about the history behind this radio station. Stay tuned for that. But first, we head back to Fort McMurray with Shaw TV's Craig Momney to see how local Shaw employees are being reintegrated back into the community. We're Worried about a crazy mix of weather this summer? Well, coming up next, gardening guru Jim Hull brings some important tips about how your garden can sustain the worst of Mother Nature. Well, we are now here with Ken Regan, the CEO of CKUA Radio, who's been with the company for 17 years. The company itself, though, has been in this community for so long. Let's talk a little bit about all of the history behind this station.
Yeah, well, it's a great institution, and was founded originally in 1927 by the University of Alberta as Canada's first educational broadcaster. It's also Canada's first public broadcaster. It predates the CBC by about 10 years. So it's been around a long time, and it's gone through many different incarnations. And today CKUA is an Alberta-wide network, and it is Canada's most successful listener-supported radio service in all of Canada.
I was talking to Grant earlier in the show, and he was talking about his love of the community and supporting local artists, and just the respect and response that he gets on a daily basis being integrated in the community. How does that make you feel personally to be involved with this incredible organization?
Well, I'm tremendously proud of CKUA, and I just think it's such a wonderful institution. And the roots, because it's been around so long, the roots of CKUA go incredibly deep. It creates a community of shared experience around music and around a love for music. And music, as I say, from all over the world, in every genre, from jazz to classical to blues to rock and roll, it doesn't matter. There is a certain affinity that people have if they are CKUA people. And in fact, we receive emails, from all over the world every week from people who have found CKUA on the internet, or expat Albertans who appreciate the fact that they can tune into CKUA online and still feel like they're part of the community.
Ken, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Before we go, here is your on-the-go calendar. Okay, we are wrapping things up from the CKUA Party in the Park. Again, this organization, so cool, been around since 1927. If you'd like to learn more about them, just head to ckua.com. I've been your host, Danny Giesbrecht. We'll see you next time.